Okay, this is part two. So I'm angry at a lot of things because a lot of stuff in my past, I like the people who raised me are dead now. They've been dead for a couple of years. Um, my grandpa who raised me, he's been dead since 2005, November of 2005. Um, my biological dad, like I was the first one born into this family. He started doing drugs after I was born, like really hardcore, and got to the point where he was taking the money for food, to get his drugs, and I guess he was cheating on my mom, and there was just all this mess that was happening. And then my mom would talk to me or tell me about all of this paranormal activity that would happen whenever I was around. So my mom started getting rid of me when I was about 3 years old. And everywhere I went, except for my grandparents' house, well, even there was like really weird paranormal activity happening. But when I would leave, it would follow me. So I end up, before I'm 18 years old, living in over 100 different places, or moving over 100 times, but sometimes I would live in the same place. But that included family members, it included juvie, it included a state, like a child mental institution for evaluation. When I was 14, my mom put me in a drug rehab center when I was 14, even though I was not using drugs or alcohol at all. But it was just a place to get rid of me. I was in youth homes when I was younger too. And then there was a lot of abuse from my dad. There was abuse from my mother towards me on different levels. And then when I was 6, my mom married a guy who was an alcoholic, and he became very abusive, extremely abusive. It's just, all this crap has happened to me my entire life, and when I'm 16, they finally just, my aunt and uncle, like my mom, forced me to go live with my aunt and uncle, even though I was doing really good in 10th grade. I really loved school. I was in the swim team. I was on ROTC. I was in all these clubs because I was trying to stay away from the house so that I could just stay home. But it didn't matter what I did. It's just the way it is. Let's get rid of Mark. So I end up a month before 10th grade. My aunt and uncle pulled me out of school. We move into a single wide trailer home in Kaysville, Utah. I get a job, and then about a month later, they disappear. I remember I was at work at the Burger Stop by Layton High in Layton, Utah, and my aunt said, well, I'm going to go see my husband because they had a place up in Soda Springs, Idaho. And we'll be back in a week or two or something like that. And she gives me the keys to the house. I'm like, oh, okay. And I go home after work, and all this stuff is gone. And there was a note on the counter, and it said, you are 16 years old. You are old enough to be emancipated, and you're not my responsibility. I called my mom, and she says, you can't come here because my boyfriend, who I had never met, he doesn't like you. Because my mom would use crap stories to get sympathy from people about how horrible I was. And I was angry because of all the crap that she let me go through, that she allowed to happen. Anyway, so I end up homeless, living on the streets. And I've been homeless on and off after that. And I've had a really, really, really hard life. And I'm very angry about that because I'm angry about that anyway. And I try to let it go, and I try to let it go. And then Jesus, he tells me in 2003 when I saw him face to face, we talked for a while, and he tells me he allowed me to go through all this stuff. And that makes me mad too. Like, okay, like you allowed this so that I would be this person, but and then I think about Job and how he went through all the crap that he went through, and how Satan was given permission for him to go through all of that, um, and his whole family gets killed. His wife or wives, who knows, his kids, all of his property, all of his animals, and God's going to bless him because he passed the test, even though Job is pissed off. And then God pulls this, where were you before the creation of the earth? Do you have any understanding? Oh, I'm God, and I know all. And I'm sorry. Job had a right to be pissed off about the crap. He did everything right. Everything right. And he still got destroyed. I mean, they didn't take his life, but they took everything else, including his health. Well, he finally gets blessed with 7 times more than all the stuff he had before. But guess what? His wife and his kids are still dead. God couldn't give them back because they were dead. Oh, but he's so blessed, and he has more of these, more family. He has all this stuff. He gets 7 times more of everything else. But his kids and his wife are still dead. That pisses me off. That pisses me off. Why does God allow this kind of crap to happen to his most obedient servants? God has told me to do what I do. Okay? He told me to be obedient. He told me to be bold in my witness. And it has not blessed me at all. And I push and I push and I push and I try, and all I get for it is crap and slander and harassment and being attacked physically. I get attacked because of my beliefs on my job. And I'm not denying my experiences. I'm not denying God or Jesus or any of that. But it makes me so damned angry. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to protect myself by shutting down my Facebook account and going to, and I'll still be doing the radio programs from time to time. But I want to be known by a different name. Or by no name at all, just a pseudonym. Because these individuals that are around me, these hypocritical know-nothings, they get on my public social media and they find out what I believe and what I teach, and I'm tired of losing jobs because of it. I am glad that I work for the company I work for now, because he doesn't care about anything but money, so I'm I still get this nitpicky crap from him, and I'm sick of it. I wish I could drive my own truck and just be done with it, but I'll always be under someone's thumb, because on the coal hall, there's one company that rules them all. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings and Sauron and Mordor. And they want me to come work for him, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah, but then I go work for them, and then what happens? Somebody over there doesn't like what I say, and then I get kicked off the whole coal run because they control everything. Right now, I work for a leaser. Everybody who is in that company, we're all leased to that company to do the coal haul. Anyway, I'm just tired of it all. I'm so burnt out, and I'm in so much pain all the time. And just I'm trying to take care of my family and trying to do my ministry, and I don't have time to. I don't have enough. I don't have the money to just take time off and not do anything, But I get very little support from people, very little support, and that's why I'm just shutting everything down now. Anyway, I got to make this done, because I only get 10 minutes per video. But thank you for watching. You can still message me on Facebook if you know my stuff. Bye.